Yo, let's go, and today's video is going to be on Alar. So he's always going to come down at this platform up here, so we know where he's going to land, and we can be in position. So Fairy Fire, Moonfire, Starfire, normal rotation, Trinket, Heroism, Destropot. So we're not standing max range, we're not standing to the left or the right, because when he moves, we want to be able to get to the next location as quick as possible. So if we're standing on one side and he happens to go the other way, we're going to be further away. So it's kind of that little neutral zone. So as soon as he starts going, we're running. Try to get as much uptime as possible. So re-up and Fairy Fire. While you're moving, you can Insect Swarm. I Insect Swarmed there. But mana is a bit of an issue on this fight for me. It's about a 7.5 minute fight. So the first one I do get the Destro Pot, but then I'm Mana Pot and Dark Rune for the rest of the fight. So first phase is RNG. If he goes like across the room, you're gonna have less uptime. If he's going back and forth to the same spot, it's gonna be better. But again, just try to be in like a neutral area so you can run to wherever the next spot could be. So still in range of the shaman totems. One thing to look out for while you're moving around the room, if your shaman's picking up totems or not. So you can see we're already down to 2700 mana. He's only at 40%. While we're moving, we can use Innervate. Get rid of that global cooldown. No use to pop the trees in this first phase, but we'll use that in the next phase. Threat's not an issue, which is nice. You can just open up, especially that first part. When we have heroism, you don't have to worry about your threat meter at all. So the Innervate has us about half mana going into the next phase. I don't touch the embers. We have a tank that just kites them around. That might be a way to cheese your parse if there ends up being like 5 or more in one area, and you can just maybe the tank sits underneath him and you hurricane. But for this, I just focused Alar the full fight. So he comes down, Fairy Fire. You're supposed to tank him in the middle of the room. We are in range of the totem still. When he goes up, we're all stacking on star and square in the middle. So while we're moving, we'll just Insect Swarm, Moonfire, maybe Fairy Fire, just to get stacked up. Once he's up in the air, you can cast another Wrath, is what I had been trying to do, just to try to get off as many casts before he goes away. Dive Bomb, run out. Again, should be mana potting already, but Fairy Fire, Moonfire, same rotation over and over again, and that's about the fight. So just keeping an eye on your mana pots is really important on this, and demonic runes, just to try to get as many of them in as you can. You do have to watch threat on this part, just not the first part. Stay out of the fire. It's kind of tricky to make sure that you're looking at them to get those wraths in, but if you get 2 or 3 off, it's a little extra damage than just going there and standing and waiting. So we're getting pretty low on mana here. it is kind of nice that he goes up there and does the dive bomb. We can regen a little bit. But I did use my trees. They didn't go on him. They came back to me and then ran over to an ember. So I don't know what was up with that. So I didn't really get any value of my trees on this fight. But I would use them right after a dive bomb. Alright, that's going to wrap it up for this one. I'll try to get some more bosses out soon.